Hello everyone. Am I audible to you?
Hello, ma'am.
Please come on the screen. Everyone come on the screen. Wait for a while. I'm trying to show you the bail bond and how to fill the bail bond. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm sharing the screen. Till then, can anybody explain about the bails and kind of bails which I have told you yesterday? Can anybody explain? There is no one who can explain. So, this is form number 45, which we are used to say bail bond. Is it visible to all of you? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's available. Yes, ma'am.
So, see it. This particular bail bond is used to be filed before any court, wherever we are seeking relief of bail, whether it may be anticipatory, whether it is regular bail, whether it is interim bail. Okay. So, first of all, in the court of, we have to mention the name, designation of the court, and particular name of the court. Means which district court or which session court or which lower court or high court of which state or even supreme court. Then police station. Here we have to mention the name of the police station. Next, under section. Under section means under which provision an FIR has been registered against the applicant accused for whom we are seeking bail. Thereafter, we will mention the FIR number. Not only the FIR number, but the year also. Next, next date of hearing. Supposingly, if any accused has been arrested and 14 days time period has been given to him, and the IO has been directed to send him to custody or judicial custody, then what is the next date of hearing you will have to mention here. sent to jail on which date he had been arrested and thereafter sent on jail, not the date of arrest. Basically, when the accused was sent on jail, judicial custody is different and police custody is different. So here we have to mention when the accused was sent in judicial custody. Now, bail bond starts. Here in the first para, we have to mention the detail of the applicant accused for whom we are seeking bail. Okay, I, name of the accused applicant, son of Shri, wife of Shri, whatever be applicable, residence. Here we have to mention that particular residence address which is mentioned in FIR. If you are mentioning here a different residence address, then maybe your bail bond will be submitted, but the applicant accused will not be released from jail because of the different address mentioned herein and the address mentioned in the FIR. Okay, so mentioning of the address of the accused is necessary and to necessarily to be same which is mentioned in FIR or charge sheet of the case. If you are going to file a different address, then you will not get release of your client because this is a process of law. If the address is different in your bail bond and is other than from the charge sheet or FIR, then your accused client will not be released. It should be considered that this particular client, this particular accused is having no permanent address. So basically, we have to clarify before the Honorable Court that this particular applicant is a permanent resident of the address mentioned in the FIR. Otherwise, your client will not be released on bail. Okay. And in the mean circumstances, if your client or the parents of or family of your client gets changed the address, supposingly they were residing in a rented accommodation, and with the passage of time when he was arrested and he was sent behind the bars, they could have to change their address. Then it is the duty of the council to inform the honorable court the latest address of the applicant accused along with the previous address. Okay, there should be a separate application to be filed before the court that previously the applicant accused was residing therein at that address, and now due to change in circumstances, or you can say uh, due to change in rented accommodation or whatever be the reason, he or his family has to change the particular address, and this particular thing should be notified to the jail authorities also. Okay, now the question will arise how you will inform the jail authorities. You will have to mention before the court, and court will change the address of the accused in its judicial file, as well as you can pray before the honorable court that the jail authorities should also be informed about the latest address of the applicant accused. Okay, getting my point or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, thereafter, uh, having been arrested or detained without warrant by the officer in charge of, here we have to mention the name of police station. Supposingly, uh, if the FIR had been registered in the police station of Adarsh Nagar, Ashok Vihar, or Parliament Street, whatever be the police station, you will have to mention the name of police station here. Thereafter, brought before this honorable court, charged with the offence of under which section an FIR had been registered against your accused or applicant, you will have to mention here. Okay. If if the applicant has been booked under section 457, 411, 406, 120B, whatever be the section or whatever be the code or whatever be the act, you will have to mention here. Next, and required to give surety of my attendance before such for a sum of rupees. This amount should be decided by the court, and whatever the court will order, like 20,000 or 50,000, 25,000, you will have to mention here that particular amount. On which day you are submitting, this bail bond, this date have been mentioned here, and signature of the applicant accused you will have to put here. Okay. Now one more thing. Along with signature, you can get the thumb impression of the accused. Okay. It will be better if you will get the thumb impression of the accused, sorry, not court, of the accused. If uh, it is a female, then left hand side thumb impression. Sorry, if it is a male, then left hand side thumb impression, and if it is female, then right hand thumb impression. And after taking thumb impression upon this place, you will have to circle those thumb impression, and you will have to mention, if it is male, then LTI, left thumb impression of name of the accused, and if it is female, then RTI of name of the accused. LTI means left thumb impression and RTI right thumb impression. So this is the thing which is to be submitted on behalf of the applicant accused. Signature of the applicant accused you will have to put here. Okay. Then next column will be of surety. जिसको we are used to say zamanati. So supposingly, if there is any surety, then the name of the surety, parentage of surety, his address, with that particular proof which he can present before the court.
Is it voter card and Aadhaar card and all?
Yes. It
Okay.
can be voter ID card, Aadhaar card, passport.
Okay.
Okay. Hereby declare myself for the above said. Above said means the accused for whom we are present here. Above said Shri, the name of the accused here, and that he shall attend the office in charge of. Now we will have to mention the name of police station here, and or the court of Shri, the name of the court where the case is pending or where the case will be pending. Okay. Then again the same amount will be submitted here, which could have been mentioned in the earlier para. Okay. Then here you will have to submit the date, month and year, and signature of the witness. Sorry, not witness, surety. Signature of the surety you will have to mention here, and you will have to get two witness. But generally here in Delhi courts, the advocate is used to sign and stamp along with his or her enrollment number. Next, on the back side of this page, on the back side of this page, you will get this affidavit, and this particular affidavit will be filled or submitted by the surety. Who is surety for the accused? This will be submitted on behalf of him or her. I, the name of the surety, son, daughter, or wife, whoever applicable, age and address. Hereby solemnly affirm and declare as under. The deponent is the person who is swearing the affidavit, who is giving the affidavit, who is submitting the affidavit before any honorable court. It is called deponent. We are not used to call him by name. We are not used to call him by he or she. We are not used to use any proverb as he or she means second person. Okay. We are used to call him or her deponent. The deponent is resident of the address, and if ration card is applicable, then we have to mention here the ration card number. Otherwise, we will have to mention Aadhaar card. We have to cut the ration card. We have to mention here Aadhaar card and number of Aadhaar card. Then election card. Even if we are having the PAN card, then we can mention the PAN card also. Even we are having a passport number, then we can mention the passport number as well. Okay. Then the accused is, now we will have to mention what is the relation of accused with the surety. The accused is brother of surety, brother of deponent. Accused is uh, uncle of deponent, niece of deponent. Whatever be the relation, you can mention here. Okay. Supposingly here the brother of deponent. The accused is the brother of deponent, and deponent has full control over him. The deponent is working as. If the surety is a government employee, then we will have to mention the deponent is working as, whatever be his designation, we can mention here at. Where he is working, we will have to mention here in this point. And his TC number. TC number means the salary certificate he has been provided, that number we will have to mention here. And earns rupees, whatever is income per month, we have to mention here. If this point is applicable, then we will have to tick this point only, because we are giving surety of 20,000 and he is earning 50,000. Then other points are not nil and void. If document 3 column 3 is not applicable, then we have to cross it. Just cross here. Deponent is owner of household article valued about. If sometimes the court is used to uh, release the accused on bail while considering the value of household article which a surety is having at her home or at his home. In that case, we have to mention the article amount here. What is the value of those articles, we will have to mention here. Please don't create disturbance. Vishwajit, you are creating so much disturbance. Please
Ma'am,
maintain the decorum. Please. Sorry, I didn't
excuse
want
me.
to. Yes, I'm stating to you. I didn't want to call your name
Mhm.
here, but please maintain the
Yes,
decorum.
ma'am.
So I was on
Okay.
point 4. Sometimes there are poor people who are used to say that I have nothing besides my household articles. In that case, the court is used to appoint a person who is basically IO or naib court of the court, and is used to state or used to pass the order to go and survey at the house of the surety and check what kind of household article he or she is having, and what is the value of those articles. Upon the based of that particular survey, and based on the report, whatever the amount the particular IO is used to mention in his report, the court is used to pass the surety amount. Supposingly he gives the report that so and so articles are lying at her home, and its value is just 15,000. And if the court will think it is okay, then instead of 20,000 it can do it as a 15,000. Then this column is applicable, and if it is not applicable, then we have to cross it. Now, the deponent is owner of the immovable property. If any surety says that I don't have anything besides my house or besides my this property, so in that case we will have to mention the detail of that property and value of that particular property, immovable property basically, like house, shop, godown. Basic thing is that we will have to mention that particular detail of immovable property in this column. If this is not applicable, then again we have to cross it. This is mandatory. This we have to tick every time the deponent undertakes to produce the accused before the honorable court on every date of hearing. Thereafter, next is FDR. If if any surety is having any FDR or Kisan Vikas Patra or like that, even gold bonds. You are well aware about the gold bonds. We can mention here the number of a particular document, whether it is FDR, whether it is Kisan Vikas Patra, whether it is gold bond, issued by which entity has issued those bonds or those that FDR or that Kisan Vikas Patra, and then the value of that particular document. Okay. If it is again not applicable, then cross it. Then we will move to last point. If I'm giving my vehicle as surety, that means I have to mention the vehicle number. Supposingly, I have a car. I will have to mention that particular number of that particular car. What is what is made of, like Suzuki or Hyundai, whatever you can mention it. Then we have to mention the RC number here and value of that particular car as on date. Supposingly, if car is 6 years old, then what will the value of that particular car as on today? This value we have to mention here, not the original value of that car when it was purchased. Value of that particular car as on today we have to mention here. Then here the signature of the surety, again here signature of the surety. This is bail bond, which we are used to submit before the honorable court if any surety is there or court orders to submit the surety bond. Now, my query is that supposingly court order that the surety amount would be of 3 lakhs. Okay, and you are having vehicle that is having value of rupees 1.5 lakh. You are having an FDR of rupees 15,000, 50,000, and you are having income of rupees 50,000 or 1 lakh. Then what will you do? Basically, my query is that can 3 columns or 2 columns jointly be mentioned collectively as surety to make the surety amount clear for the honorable court?
Yes, ma'am. Because all the documents are being mentioned with a
Hmm.
proper identification number or their actual serial number,
Yes.
and there are things which are issued by the government of India only, like
Hmm.
FDs, FD if it is a government bank thing,
Hmm.
or like the car and all. These are all valuable assets. I don't think that there is no chance of any rejection of if there is usage of 2 or 3 columns.
Okay, you are right. My next question is, if anyone is having a car having value of rupees 2 lakh and another person who is in job and getting a income of rupees 1.5 lakh, can both be the sureties for the same accused?
It's 2 person giving surety for 1 person. Is it something like this?
Yes.
In that note, ma'am, the affidavit, I probably understand, ma'am. I think it can be done, but probably what I see is like then the affidavit has to be double. Means that person also has to give the surety part.
I will discuss on this point after this particular point which I'm going to tell you, because thereafter
Yes.
I'll stop the sharing screen. Uh, I was discussing about the personal bonds yesterday, if you are
Yes, ma'am.
reminding. So, what is personal bond?
Personal bond is like accused is the surety of his own bond.
Yes. In this case, this particular column, for which we have mentioned the detail of a accused person, column number 1, this one, the detail of court, detail of FIR, police station under section, next date of hearing, sent on jail, and this particular detail, wherein we have got the signature of accused only.
Accused only.
Okay, this is the basic point. We will have to fill and got the signature of the accused person. Okay, and rest column, which was of surety, we have to cross. Even the affidavit, it belongs to surety. It should also be crossed. For
Okay.
personal bond, we have to submit only first column, which relates to accused person only, and in this case we have to prepare two bonds, two documents basically having same details of the accused. What is used to be submit before the court, and second one is used to be sent the jail by the court officials. Got it?
Is it the same person filling two bonds?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Basically, you can say it is a copy of personal bond.
Copy circulated to the judicial officer as well as the police officer.
No, we are not used to circulate. We have to submit both
Submit
documents
to the honorable court.
before the court,
Okay.
and one surety bond the court will keep with itself, and one copy will be sent to the jail authorities to release the accused person on personal bond.
Okay.
Okay, so I was discussing about two sureties. Many times the court is used to issue the order or pass the order that there should be two sureties. Yes, you are right. There should be two affidavits. Not only two affidavits, there should be two surety bonds. Okay, there should be two surety bonds. One of number one surety and one of number two surety. Second thing, when we will submit the surety bond, in that case we will have to submit our KYC. KYC is this PAN card, Aadhaar card, ration card, whatever document we have submitted in the affidavit of surety, we will have to give the honorable court the attested copy, self-attested copy of the surety along with surety bonds. Without those documents, the court will not entertain your surety bonds.
Okay.
Besides that, we will have to make sure the surety, when you will appear before the court along with your surety bond, you will have to bring these documents as original. Whatever documents we are mentioning in the affidavit, say your client who is a surety to bring those documents as original, because court is used to see the original, tally with the photocopy, and then takes those documents on record. Got it? Everyone is getting or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So these were the surety bonds and personal bonds. Is there any query with regard to this?
Ma'am, एक बार PC number repeat कर दो.
PC number?
Yes, ma'am.
Which PC number?
Disconnect हो गया था बीच.
मैंने तो
TC,
PC
ma'am, TC. Ma'am,
just hold on, just hold on. Yes. I don't think so. I have mentioned any PC number or CC number. Who was asking
Ma'am, there
about?
is a point T oblique C. Ma'am, yes, there is a point E oblique C. So, ma'am, it was disconnected. So,
No, no, no. Where it is a point E or C, I'm unable to understand. Whether it was in the document which was shared by me
yes, ma'am, in the document.
in the document. Just a minute. Where it is? Tell me. Point. Okay. TC number. You are asking about this one.
Yes, ma'am.
TC number basically when there is any person who is in job and he has been issued a salary on a salary slip or receipt, that is called TC number. And
Okay, ma'am.
we will have to mention the salary slip number here if we are submitting the salary slip of the surety as a surety bond. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Any further query?
Ma'am, I want to ask one thing, that is basically a share can be should be
Vishwajit,
anyone,
your
or
voice
there
is
is certain
bouncing. Your
section
voice
of.
is bouncing. Vishwajit,
Am
your
I
voice
audible
is
now?
bouncing
Am I audible now, ma'am?
yes, yes.
Ma'am, I want to know that is the bail bond which the assured person who is taking the surety,
Hmm.
so this person can be anyone or any other person, certain licensed clerk people who takes the surety or something.
Vishwajit, please share your query on chat. Share your query on chat box
Yes, just a moment.
because your voice is
Channel.
bouncing and unable to understand.
Mm,
Till then, if anyone is having any query, you can ask.
surety bond. License.
Nobody is having any query.
Ma'am, I have typed my question.
Hmm.
So is it like can the surety bond can be signed by anybody? or it is any person who is having that license can take this
No, no,
surety?
no, 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 not anybody. The person, your question must be, can any person be the surety? So
Yes, ma'am.
my reply is no, because if you have gone through the surety bond, it is clearly mentioning that we have to mention the relationship of the accused with the surety. Okay, it can be relative
Yes.
or it can be close friend, or even we have seen in the court, it can be brother or sister of friend as well. Even it can be any relative, it may be close relative or far relative, but not the unknown person who is having these kind of documents. Second point is that in affidavit it is clear mentioned that the surety is stating that I have a full control over the accused person and I can present the accused person before this honorable court on each and every date of hearing. How any unknown person can present the accused person, who, if he can be the surety, how he can produce him before the court? Okay, so no
Yes,
unknown
ma'am.
person can be the surety.
Ma'am, is there any kind of is there any kind of cases like whatever is the surety bond,
Hmm.
uh, uh, whatever the bail charges means court has court has ordered, the person has already given the price as per the order of the court. So I would like to understand if there is any sure person, but he's not having that movable assets, car, or whatever is the declared affidavit required.
Hmm.
I mean, as a assured particles like supportive documents
Hmm.
or the financial status that must be produced.
I think
Having those kind, if he's not having those kind of thing, on
I
that
think
note,
you
what
are
will?
asking because your voice was bouncing. I think you are asking if the person who is going to be a surety and he is not having any proof of that particular amount, that he's having that particular amount surety, like any car or anything, he's not having any surety. Then in that circumstances, what he can do? I don't think so. You are serious
Yes, ma'am.
today. I have noticed this thing. Even I have mentioned this particular point in
Okay.
affidavit that if anyone is not having anything to keep as surety, then you can request before the Honorable Court that you are not having anything beside the household articles. In that event, the court is used to appoint any officer of the court to go and survey on the house of the surety and give the report what kind of articles are lying in the house of the surety and what is the amount of or what is the value of those articles. And if the value of those articles is equal to or measure less or measure more than the value of the surety amount, then the court can pass the order on the household articles value and release the accused on bail.
Okay, okay. No, ma'am, I just missed the point.
Yes, you
No,
missed the
I
point.
have
I
understood.
got it. I got it. Anything
No,
else?
no, no, no. Ma'am, can you share the bail bond that the PDF?
Yeah, sure. I'll send to all of you through mail. Okay. Uh, Tejas, please mail the bail bond document to all of the candidates as PDF.
And that super the key one also,
Yes,
if
yes, yes.
possible.
Whatever the documents are remaining to share, we will share definitely. And now we will meet tomorrow with a new topic. Okay, then. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.